Are you in need of catching a brimble? Do you only have the basic rod because you are too fucking cheap to buy anything better? Despite only being willing to pay for the most basic rod, do you have a boat? Even the shittiest boat will do, as long as you have a boat. Do you not want to use the cheap shark tactic that I showed you in the previous episode? Well, I have good news for you. It is possible, thanks to what appears to be quite the glitch. In fact, the shittiest boat may be desirable, as you only need 5 fish to catch it. So, as you may have picked up on from that last remark, step 1 is to fill the boat with whatever fish you need, as long as the boat is filled. So, for the least decent boat, all you need to do is fill it with 5 measly fish. As I said, any fish will do. Could be small, could be medium, could even be large. However, I would recommend the small ones, as they provide the easiest catch. So, we have gotten 4 fish already. What is the next step? The next step in catching a brimble using just a basic rod and the most basic boat is to get a large bait. To do this, you can do really whatever, but here we will show you with a mustard fish, apparently, because that's what just bit onto my rod. So now, the next cast would, of course, be a large bait. But, as you can see here, you can't cast it very far whatsoever. This is about as far as it'll go. We'll try one more time. See, that was about the best cast that you'll get. So now that you have a full boat and a large bait, you can still do this with a fish on the end, but it really doesn't matter. I only cast it back in to show you just how shitty the cast distance is. So the next step is to abuse the fuck out of a little glitch. What you do is you toss a fish or just your lure into the boat. It will try to bounce out as so. But if you do not let it bounce out, then things start getting a little weird, as you will see shortly. This is normally a lot easier, but with any glitch, it can be unpredictable. Hopefully I won't need to cut anything. That would suck. But I believe that I can do this. Whatever time this is a charm. Okay, no it's not. Let's try again. Here we go. Boom! Look at that. Right off the side of the map. You can in fact get it quite a bit further, but this time it would not seem that we were so lucky. Hopefully this little mustard asshole doesn't get in the way. Let us wait for this brimble. That one that was going up just now may have been easier, but this is proof that you can go deep enough. This one's closer. Let's just go for this to save some time, shall we? Fuck off, God damn it! Well, that sucks, doesn't it? You eat that, you elephant cowfish. I don't know why I always call them elephant fish. They are clearly cowfish. So, as you can see, you can do this with the normal mustard fish. Sometimes it doesn't go as well as it did the first time, but that is okay. Fuck. There may be some cutting here and there because, well, this could take a while. Any minute now. Any minute at all. Now, since we have plenty of time to talk at the moment, as this is being a pain in the ass, I would like to note that better rods don't seem to make any difference in the distance that it will glitch and cast in reverse. In fact, with the Master Rod, I have had far less success in getting it to go very far at all. In fact, with that rod, casting normally generally results in at least double the distance fallen. This may not be deep enough, but we'll try. It looks like it will be. At least for this Brimble. Now all you need to do is reel in. Now we are in realism mode, so you need to do this slowly. This Brimble is being rather easy for me. Isn't that nice of him? What a nice fellow. Now remember, since your boat is full, you will not be able to throw him in the back. Don't be a dumbass. Do not throw him in the back. Because then you will lose him and need to start that final step all over. So, this has been... I don't want to end it now because it's only been around 6 or 7 minutes. So, this hasn't quite been how to catch a Brimble with a basic rod and the most basic boat in 3 easy steps. Not quite yet, because I want to keep talking. But I will sell him and continue to fish. Now, as you noticed, I'm sure because you are all very observant viewers, there are no additions added onto this rod. It is the most basic rod with the most basic setup. So, just for the hell of it, I will continue to fish. There's not a chance in hell that I will get that hat over there. So, instead, I will just get some cuttlefish, 'cause cuttlefish are cuddly. Isn't that right? Yes, that is very right. And as always, even with the most basic rod, some might say especially with the most basic rod, grumpers are grumpier. Well, that was not quite proper English, so don't go repeating that to your friends or they will laugh at you. Especially if they are from the internet. But what I meant to say was that especially with the basic rod, grumpers are going to grump, as the young children may say in this day and age. So, as the grumpers grump, the salt will salt itself. More salt means more prizes. Not really. But if you're going to get an amiibo, I suggest salt. Once salt enters the battlefield, your foes ain't gonna do shit against you, I guess. This is not my day for words and such. But that's okay. Shall we try to get another Brimble? I didn't think that was going in the back. Let's try. Fuck that. What an asshole, am I right? Toss it in the back. And do the wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah. I managed to get that on shore. What a pro. That was pretty shit. But it still may do. We shall see. Hello, Mr. Brimble. No, that is not good. Fuck you, mustard fish. Let us do it again. Throw that little bastard in the rear. There we have it. That should be plenty deep enough. It will be plenty deep enough. come, Brimble. Turn your ass fuck you, mustard fish. Oh, one more try, I think, and then we will call it there. Now, keep in mind, when I first found this, I hadn't been very far in the game at all, so I thought this was some revolution, some amazing technique. I did not want to release this technique upon the world because I didn't think the world was ready, but after playing for a while, I've seen that this is pretty shit. Especially since realism mode makes it much easier to get significantly deeper even with a basic rod, by just using the shark exploit. It's not really an exploit, it is being clever, as the achievement associated with it would suggest. I will show you what this quote-unquote exploit is, since I'm down here anyways. The quest itself is to capture a shark, so instead of doing this, you would need to have a big hook, as I showed you in the last episode. If I remember to put an annotation for the last episode in, I will do so here. If not, well, sorry. But if you just, since we're in realism mode, if you just toss your bait down, I believe that something's gotten it. I can't see shit. You'll probably be able to see it better. It looks like it may actually be a lot. Nope, it's just a mustard fish. Fuck those guys, am I right? Hey, the shark's gotten me again. Isn't that nice? One other thing that I think that I figured out about the shark's mechanics, well, fuck this guy, am I right? But the shark seems to pull your lure to a certain point. Just a certain distance from the left every time. So, what that means is that if you are near that point already, he won't pull your bait very far. In fact, the best way to get as deep as possible with the help of the shark is to pull to the left as he's pulling down, as that will increase the length of your line as he extends. Unless, of course, you are all the way at the left as I have been, in which case he will pull you the maximum length every time. But if you are near that point, he will not move you very far at all, meaning you will get minimal gain for your cast. I think there was a mustard fish there. Well, I am just going to snap my line and call it there. Thank you all so very much for watching this incredibly educational infomercial. That isn't selling anything. I guess it could be a tutorial or a showcase for a bug, since this bug allows you to do something that is much easier to do in other ways, legitimately. I do not believe that it really requires the attention of the developers. In fact, exploiting this bug will only waste your own time, so I would suggest to just play the game as it's meant to be played, as you will definitely save time and advance much quicker. Thank you all so very much for watching. Don't forget to send this to your friends if you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.